Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Austin Kite, and I'm just remaking my consistent profit strategy so it's more detailed and complete because I know a lot of people had a lot of questions. And before I get started, I just want to kind of say thank you, guys. The response for the video was overwhelming, and it kind of blew up within like 2 or 3 days. And it a lot of people have been actually using it in the Discord, and I've been getting messages the past like day or two where they're just like, "Hey, like you saved me a lot of money, you made me a lot of money," and to those people, I am so happy for you guys. There was nothing that is a better feeling to me than helping somebody else become successful, because I feel like there is no reason for anybody to be losing that is in the Crypto Face Discord, because we have each other. Okay, guys, we have all of our brains put together. There is no reason why we shouldn't have at least a 90% win rate on these things. You know, if all of us did our research and everybody knew everything they need to know, and I know that's not possible right away, but over time we will get better, guys. That's pretty much the intro to that. So I just wanted to go over a lot of different things that I didn't show in the first video, and I've kind of tweaked my strategy a little bit to be a little bit to have a little bit better of an entry and take longer for you to get out of, so that you don't make the wrong decision. So I'm going to explain it as if you haven't even watched the first video. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but you know, if you skip around, I don't know, I'm not going to have a marker for it. I'm sorry, guys. But if you want to rewatch it, so that you have a better understanding, just in case you did miss something, I'm going to go over first on basic technical analysis so that you can spot a pattern and then recognize when that pattern is probably going to break out. So that way you can take the confirmations even more seriously, so that you don't get screwed. Because 100% of the time, I will say that 100% of the time, if you follow the confirmations towards the end of a breakout pattern, you will be on the right side, whether it's up or down, whether it's long or short. You will be on the right side of history when that happens. So that's always a good thing. So let's get right into this real quick. All right. So earlier today, on the 19th, we had a pretty good flash pump. Okay. It literally lasted 1 3-minute candle. But I'm going to show you how I was able to catch profit there and make 12% in 3 minutes. So I want to start off by just drawing simple trend lines. Okay. Now this is using the 24-minute chart. So I mean, to draw trend lines, I would go a little bit lower because you can, it's better resolution. Actually, let's do that. Let's go ahead and go to my 6-minute chart. Actually, I can just type 6 minutes. All right, so let's go to my 6-minute chart. Okay, so I woke up to this, and I woke up in about this part right here. Okay, so we got this big pump and a huge crash. And that's a super good thing, because that gives us a good start for the next pattern. That gives us a better target to look forward to. So immediately when you get your first peak, you want to draw your first trend line. Okay. Now, when you get your second low, you want to draw your support. Okay. So this would be my support and resistance starting out. Okay. So this would be my pattern. All right. So it's just a symmetrical triangle, you know. And with symmetrical triangles, the trend is your friend. So if it was a gigantic shot up to a symmetrical triangle, it's mostly going to go up from there. You know, it can always go opposite, but that's why you have the confirmation method, so that whether or not it goes up or down, you're on the right side. So to get your target, what you do is, for my targets, I use candle bodies, but you can use wicks if you're feeling risky. So you do the longest. So you go from the tallest candle body to the smallest, the least tall. I don't know. You get the gist. And that's your target right there. Okay. So then you want to put your target like a little bit towards the end of the triangle. You know, if you want to put it at the end of the triangle, you can. I usually put it like right about here. Okay. So you can see right here. I mean, that is almost picture perfect. It actually went past it a little bit, but that's a good thing. You always want to draw you want your targets to go past. I mean, you want the actual price of Bitcoin to go past your target. That way your take profit gets filled. Okay. So that is the simple setup. Okay. That's all you need to know for trend lines. All right. So next is Fibonacci retracement levels. Now, Fibonacci retracement levels really have no correlation to trading. The only reason why they're relevant is because 80 to 90% of trading is done with bots. And since bots don't go off of emotion, they go off of numbers. They mostly use the Fibonacci retracement level, which causes the market to basically correlate around them, which is a good and bad thing. I don't really complain about it. It is what it is. I make my money. So since this is a something that is more likely to break to the upside, what you would do is you would take your Fibonacci retracement tool. You would line up your cursor with the very top wick, okay? And you would click, all right? And you want to drag it down, okay? So if you want to find the downward potential of a pattern, you would start from the bottom and pull to the top. If you want to find the upwards potential, you start from the top and pull to the bottom, okay? So that leaves us with this right here, okay? And you can see almost perfectly, it bounces off of these lines. You know, it came up here, touched the blue, came down here, touched the 0.236, came up here, went wicked past the 0.68, came back down, retouched the support. So the Fibonacci retracement can be used as support and resistance along with your trend lines to give you a better idea. And you can, like, once you start drawing the trend lines and you leave them there, you can, it's so amazing to see everything like kind of work out. You know, if you draw like a million trend lines, you will see how everything like kind of works, and you can see the like the heartbeat of a market almost. It's magical to watch. Trust me, once the first couple times you kind of like draw a whole bunch of trend lines and you kind of see it, like it does crazy stuff. But now we have a target, we have fib lines, we have trend lines. So, and we have our handy dandy confirmations. So when you set up a target, you want to put your take profit a little bit below, just a little bit below, because most of the time targets are pretty accurate. And since Bitcoin tends to go past it, they're even more accurate. So right here, for example, if it broke out right here, and let's just say for this example in particular, your entry was exactly outside the triangle and you took profit here, you would make 9.2%, because in this situation you would be 10x longing according to my 5-10 rule. And I'll get to the 5-10 rule in just a little bit when I go over the 4-chart confirmation method. I'm not even to that yet. And what a take profit is if you, I don't know which leverage trading platform you're using. If you're on Market Cipher, you probably use Bybit just because that's what CryptoFace recommends. And you can easily find it on there. I just don't want to, do that right now. But on Bybit, you can set up a take profit. Now, I don't know if it's possible, but I wish Bybit had the ability to take profit, like take a certain percentage of your profit They only have it set up where you can take all of your profit either at like 25, 50, 75, like 100 to, I don't know how they have it set up, or you can just set your custom parameter, but you can't take like 25% of your profit. You have to close the entire contract, which, you know, you should have some money left over to kind of throw in immediately. You should have a conditional buy set up. So, I mean, it's just a little bit of extra work that I don't want to, you shouldn't deal with, but you have to. So you would make 9.2%, but you would have a way better entry for this. Trust me. I'll show you in a second. So I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay. Now you need to go do your research on how to find targets for certain patterns. Like right now, this is a bullish flag, or a gigantic bullish flag. It's currently sitting on a I think the resistance is like right here. So it's like currently bouncing on the resistance, and it's creating a triangle pattern right here. That's probably going to break out right about here if this keeps up. Actually, it's dumping right now, which is a good thing because I'm in a short based off of the confirmations. Fuck yeah. I'm sorry. I get too excited. But that's why we go based off of confirmations, because even though it's looking bullish, because this is a bullish pattern and we're close to a breakout, you go based off of confirmations. Period. So I'm almost positive that is it. Is there anything else I need to mention? I do not want to do another video on this. It's not because I don't love doing it. It's just I hate myself when I don't, when people can't understand what I try to tell them. But I love answering questions. So trust me, if you guys have any questions, find me on the Market Cipher Discord. I'm constantly in the scalping chat if you have any questions. So that is basic technical analysis. That is how I set up my take profits. And I don't really use stop losses anymore because I am the stop loss. If I wait for confirmations, and if I do get a confirmation that a trade has gone against me for whatever reason, I exit no matter what the loss was. Because, I mean, it depends. If you're in a very strong uptrend and you went into a long and it's a short that brought you down like 10%, but you know in the end, as long as the higher time frames are still bullish, you're going to get back to your target. Sometimes it is better to wait it out. So, let me get into the 4 confirmation method. So I have tweaked the 4 confirmation method just a tad bit. In the last video, you saw that I was using 5, 10, 15, 20 for my for my charts, which at the time I found to be pretty accurate. It was getting the job done. But you know, as time goes on, you never want to stick to the same strategy. You always want to try to look for something better. So I went ahead and I did 3, 6, 12, and 24. Now, if you guys don't have TradingView Pro, I don't know if you need Pro Plus to have custom times. I really don't. It's been a while since I bought this. But I think you just need the $15 version. But I think you do need Pro Plus for the 4 charts. But if you're really struggling and you can't afford $30 a month for something that is going to literally make you millions of dollars, go ahead and just buy the $15 version, and then you can use 2 tabs. They don't limit the amount of tabs you can have. They just limit them on 1 tab. So the way this works, the 4 confirmation method, this was a beautiful example. Beautiful example. So right here, back at this flash pump, okay? Let's go back to here. Actually, I want to get rid of all this stuff. Show. Oh, it only does it to that one chart. Okay, that's good enough. But right here, it's kind of hard to do in back testing because in real time it's easy because everything's flowing together. But this candle crossed into the bullish zone on the 24-minute chart, but you would have to wait till that candle closes in order for it to be confirmed. In order for it to be confirmed, is what I like to say. So you would get in on this candle right here. Okay, so you can see that on every chart, on every single chart, we are confirmed above the 0 point. So I would get into a long here. I'm confident in my long position here. So I would get in my long position right here. All right. And I would hold it, even though the 3-minute crossed down and the 6-minute crossed down. Don't get scared. Okay. It dipped a little bit, but don't get scared. When the 24-minute confirms against you, get scared. I mean, don't get scared. Just know that you have to exit. And also be wary of yellow X's if you're in a long. If you're in a long and you start to see a bunch of yellow X's populate, that's why I like to keep at least one 1-minute chart open, because yellow X's do pop up a lot on the 1 minute. Just exit your position real quick. Now, if you're in a short and you see a whole bunch of yellow X's pop up, you know, they usually work in your favor, so that's okay. But you would have got into a long position right here, okay? All right. What happened? Oh, no. Profit. So this happened on a 3-minute candle. Everything within this happened on a 3-minute candle. So if you did not have a take profit set up, you wouldn't have been able to capitalize on this flash pump. So you would have taken profit right here at 1.14%, which you're in a bullish environment based off of the higher time frames, which I will get over how to find that out. So you would be doing a 10x long and 5x shorts. And I'll show you a prime example of why you should be doing a 5x short in a bullish environment in just a couple minutes. So you have your take profit set up here, and boom, it snaps up. You get your profit. It claps back down. So you easily, within 3 minutes, I mean, this is 1 hour and 21 minutes, but within just that one candle, you made a shit ton of profit, you know, at least 10%. Because you set up your technical analysis, you had a target, and you took it. So you're now exited out of your position automatically. So when you're exited out of your position, don't immediately go back into another position. That is setting yourself up for failure, okay? Because if you got stopped out and you wanted to FOMO in, you would immediately erase all of your profits plus some. You need to have discipline with this method. You need to take your emotions and throw them out the window and put a Molotov cocktail on top of it until it's ash. Do not be an emotional trader. You need to be a robot, okay? You need to be able to read a chart, understand what it's saying, and go off of the rules. And I promise you, you will make so much money. It's ridiculous, okay? If you guys want to find out some figures on what this method will bring you, start with $100 and go back to the first drop from 13K and just do swing trades and just bask in the glory of it, okay? So at this point, you exit your position, okay? So now what you're looking for is either 1, it reconfirms back upwards, or 2, it reconfirms downwards. So at this point in time, you now have a confirmation on every single chart that it is now time to go ahead and go into a short position. Okay, so right here, you would go into a 5x short. Now, this one was kind of a close call. It's usually not this close of a call. But let's say, for example, on this candle right here in particular, because this candle would have closed way after I would have went through like 4 or 5 of these candles. So by the time this candle closed, I was most likely probably about here. So I would have not exited my trade. I would have not entered the short at least. Okay. So right here, at this point, is where I would have entered my short. Okay. So I would have entered my short here with 5x. Okay. Now, I really didn't have a target or a take profit set up for this. So this is something that I did miss out on. But you can't win them all. Okay. So at this point, right here, okay, it was a 0.33, okay? So you would take a 0.33 loss, but you're only in a 5x. So you made, 11% profit on the pump. And when you tried to short it, you were in a 5x because, you're in a bullish environment and things that it can switch on you very fast. So you only took a 1.5% loss. Actually, like a 1.5% loss compared to the 10-11% gain you just had. Pretty good odds, okay? Not gonna lie. So you now just got two confirmations on the 24, and every chart is above the 0 line. So at this point in time, I would have taken a long position. I'm pretty sure I took it at 337 was my exact. I remember that pretty clearly. Okay. So now I'm in a long, and you can see what happened. I'm in a long, and this right here, crap, I don't want to lose it. Okay, I gotta redo that. So I was at 337. All right, and right here, I would have to wait. And so just like when you enter a trade, you have to wait for all of the oscillators to be pointing upwards for this long. You also have to wait for all of the oscillators to be pointing downwards, which would save you some profit. So right here, in particular, if you exited based on, like every chart, right here is where the double confirmation of the 24 happened. So I would take my profit right here. So I was at 3. I know I suck at clicking this, but I would take my profit right here. I wouldn't take it up here. I wouldn't take it right here. I would take it right here because that is where the chart confirmed. So you're going to be doing a 10x because you're in a bullish environment. So you just made 17.2%. And so within this one day, okay, now I'm not even on the short yet, okay, within this one day, you have already made, let's see, 11% plus 17%, 28%, minus 1.6%. So you've made a net of 25.4% profit, if I'm correct at math, which I'm never correct at math, within just those 2 trades. It took 3 trades, but within those 2 trades, you made 25%. Now, okay, everybody's hyped. Okay, we just got this big pump up. Everybody, every single chart all the way up to the daily is now confirmed bullish, and everybody's, oh my God, we're going to 12K. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. FOMO. Straight FOMO. Okay. I was a part of it. I'll admit it. Okay. You know, after hearing Crypto Face's call for 12K, all that stuff, I didn't enter this trade. I didn't enter a long and I didn't enter a short. So I missed out on some profit. But, you know, if I don't lose anything and I don't make anything, it's okay at the end of the day. But everybody's, you know, FOMOing. Everybody wants another piece of this action whenever it jumps back up. Because even I thought that it was going to go on another run immediately after that gigantic pump. So let me put this back in place. But at this point, right here, well, I mean, the first one would be here. Second one would be here. Okay. I would probably go in on this one because this is where every single chart has now confirmed to be bearish. So my entry would have been 913 on this short. Okay. So 913. And as of right now, this trade has not closed out, but we are currently sitting at a 1.28% drop, which would have been another 13%. So for the day, you would have been up 38% off of this method alone. I mean, what other method can you get that is this accurate? Tell me. Please tell me. I want to know. So that is how the lower time frames work. Okay. Now you can adjust these time frames to whatever time frames you would like. Okay. I always recommend, that they be factors of each other. So, you know, 3 goes into 6, 6 goes into 12, 12 goes into 24. You could do Fibonacci where it's like, 1, 2, 3, 5, you know, 2, 3, 5, 8. I don't know how you want to set it up. You know, experiment. You know, don't do what everybody else is doing. You know, obviously it's working, but try to find what works best. You know, if we all experiment with this and we all try different time frames, eventually someone's going to find that golden time frame that works every single time, 100% of the time. Hasn't been found yet. So, but yeah, that is just a prime example that even when everything is looking fantastic, or when everything is looking like, oh no, we got a gigantic wick. That means we're in a gigantic reversal trend. Everybody's short. Oh no, get pwned. Confirmations, bitch. But it's perfect. It really is. And if, like I said, if you back test this, you will find out for yourself that it was unstoppable. Now let me go to the higher time frames. For the higher time frames, oh, why is this all messed up? Where's okay? So for the higher time frames, I use the 30, the 60, the 120, and the 240. So just like with the lower time frames, how you need every single one to line up to one direction. You can see that right here. Actually, I would say let's go in a little bit further. Let's say that right. Okay, so this first one came in. The second one is the one that confirmed. Okay. So the second one is the one that confirmed. Now, you probably would have not gone in. You probably would have got a better entry, probably down around here. Because based off of the 1 hour, because you have to wait for the 1 hour to come up and confirm bullish again before you do that. So right there is where you would have gotten in, right here. All right, so right about there. All right, so you come all the way over here. Oh my God, the what is that? 4-hour chart? Yeah, it would be like the 4-hour chart just confirmed bearish. But if you look at the 1-hour chart and the 2-hour chart, it's above. It is now above. So you have to wait for those two to come back down and confirm. But you can see within 2 candles, it reconfirmed above and would have prevented you from exiting that long. So now you have to wait for it to confirm back down. It didn't confirm back down. It shot up. So now it puts your 240 minute back above the bullish zone. So you're good. You're fantastic. So now, if you were playing this out correctly, you know, it looks like we're about to cross down on the 240 minute. But hopefully it does come back up, because I mean, everything is bullish right now. I don't want to do it, but if you go to the 30 minute and the 60 minute, it's most likely up. But by the time we get these confirmations, I'm almost guaranteeing you that they're going to be up. So it's going to prevent you from taking your trade. But as of right now, you're at this is for swing trading and for identifying your environment. So if you were swing trading off of this, you would be up 7.31%. Okay. 73%. Ridiculous. 4 days, 73%. Amazing. I mean, obviously with scalping, you can make a lot more because you can get in on this pump, you can get on this dump, on this pump, on this dump. And that's why I like scalping a lot better. But, you know, for swing trading, it does have its upsides. You can see right here. When it's good, it's really good. But so if you were just doing higher time frames, you could have got in on right here, rode this entire puppy down to like right about here, and then got in. So you would have made 12% down, so 120% plus 78%. So you would have made almost 200% within the course of like 7 days. Ridiculous. Ridiculous profits, bro. Oh, Jesus. But just okay, so the way you identify your environment, say for example, right now, I am still in a bullish environment until this last oscillator on my 4th chart confirms bearish, and so do all of the others. I will be doing 10x longs, 5x shorts, because you can see right here, you know, 5x short, 10x long, 5x short really didn't work out, 5x long, I mean a 10x long, and then 5x short, and then there's a method behind the madness. It's just because when you're in a bullish environment and you're trying to short, it does work out most of the time if you're going based off of confirmations, but it's always better to use less leverage when you're fighting the trend, because trends change, but until the trend changes, the trend is your friend. And that is the way it's always been. So, that is how you identify your environment. I strictly go based off of VWAP. I don't care about money flow. The things you want to pay attention to are divergences on the blue wave momentums oscillators, and confirmations from the VWAP and the RSI. If the RSI is low, just know that. So the perfect storm is when the VWAP has confirmed above, on every single chart. You get a green dot and the RSI is low. At that point right there, you know you got the golden ticket that is going to pop up. Now, right here, for example, confirmed above, RSI low, got some bullish divergence going on, almost hasn't confirmed yet, but the overall trend was still down, so it didn't have enough momentum to prosper into a beautiful dildo candle of greenness and legitness. Is there anything else I'm missing? I need to be as thorough as possible. Let me go look at some of the questions I've had on Discord from people, because they had some excellent questions. Come on. The main question was basically how do people exit, and the explanation I gave to this guy, I said, all of the charts have to have confirmation above or below the zero line. So let's say you are starting your day off and you see a potential long coming. You have to wait till the fourth highest time frame has confirmed, meaning it crossed one candle, it crossed over the zero line in one candle and closed above it on the next candle. Now you're waiting for it to confirm on all of the time, on every single time frame, to enter that trade. And sometimes it can have a domino effect on all the time frames, making you wait longer. I think what I missed there was, let's say the 1 minute is now above zero, but everything else is below zero. And let's just say for whatever reason, it has enough momentum to pump itself up, which now causes the 6 minute to go above. And then the 6 minutes now above, so now it has a whole bunch of momentum. So now the 6 minute makes the 12 minute. It's just a domino effect. He was basically just saying one of his biggest problems is knowing when to get out of a long, and I just said don't be scared to take your profit. Set your targets, take your profit. If you are, and then, let's say you have 10,000 contracts, okay? And you hit your target, but there is more upside potential. Because let's say your target is past a fib line and there's no resistance above that fib line. You want to take 50% of your profits at the fib line or at your target and then let it run, because usually it will go way past that to the next fib line above it. And then you can take the other 50% of your profits there. So if you have 10,000 contracts and let's say you make 20%, you would take your profit. Okay. So you would do it all in one motion, and hopefully you can do this quick enough. But you would re-enter the trade as quickly as possible. You would take your 1,000 contracts of profit that you made, and then you would put in 11,000 contracts to keep running. And then once it hits the next target, once it confirms back down, then you take your profit. If it's at a loss, or if it's usually, I would say 80% of the time it is at a gain. You made a little bit more profit than you probably would have if you just taken it all at the target. So I think I went over everything. Basic technical analysis, how to enter and exit trades, key indicators that oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Yellow X's when you're in a short. Oh, yes. But don't be scared, guys. If the chart is telling you something, it's telling you for a reason. It's not going to play games with your heart, okay? It's going to be accurate 90% of the time. And I think I've already proven that. So I hope you guys use this method to make ridiculous amounts of money. I really do. Because I'm just going to say it. If you back tested my method from the time from the time where it dropped from 13K. So let's say you got in on that first short from 13K. Okay. And you had $1,000. If you were swing trading 100% of your trade. Now that's a dumb thing to do. Don't do that. This is a hypothetical. Do not do that. But you would be a millionaire. Kind of hard to believe, but if you do not believe me, go look for yourself. Because the proof is in the pudding. If you don't think something will work, go back test it for yourself. And what I mean by that is go look at like gigantic pumps and gigantic dumps and see what my chart was telling me to do. What your chart was telling you to do. What you should have done. And you'll be surprised that 90% of the time, I'm throwing a number out there, but I guarantee you it's accurate. You will be in, you're always in profit, but you win like 90% of your trades. Actually, then that's a lie. No, that's a lie. Because I win like maybe like 5 to 4 out of 10 of my trades. But the trades that I lose are like sub 3% losses. And the trades that I win are above like 10, 20% every single time. And that's all that's what you want. You don't want to be right all the time. You just want to minimize your losses and then maximize your profits over time. And you're golden. Absolutely golden. So, like I said, I hope you guys make lots and lots and lots of money. And I'll see you guys. Check out, just get on the Discord once in a while. And if you guys have a question and I'm in the scalping chat, I would prefer you guys didn't private message me. I know a lot of people are scared to look stupid, but the way I learned faster was getting over the way I thought people would look at me. And I asked the questions that I really needed to know. And there was always somebody in that chat that knew something more than me that would correct. Like, I would always throw out what I thought was going to happen in real time. And, you know, sometimes I would get that one person that would be like, why would you think this? This, and this is here. So you should be looking for this to happen. And I'm like, oh, shoot, he's right. And from that point on, I now knew what I was looking for. And that's how you learn. And I want you guys to throw your questions in the scalping chat so that, you know, if somebody that doesn't know it also sees me answer you or sees somebody else answer you, they can now learn. We need to work as a team here, guys. This is crucial. You know, we don't have, I mentioned it very briefly in the last video, and it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but if you do some research, it's not looking good, guys. This recession is coming up, and it's coming up quick. And we need to get as much capital. There we go. I can't speak. It's super late. I'm sorry. Before this hits. And, oh, by the way, I'm 20 years old. I know I sound like I'm 14, but I'm at least not I don't think I'm adult yet. Never mind. Scratch that. Forget I said that. But it's not looking good, guys. And if we can collect enough before this recession hits, whether it be gold, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be silver, you guys will have your assets shielded and it will grow exponentially. I mean, just look at Argentina about 2.5 weeks ago. Their stock market dropped 20% overnight. And their currency hyperinflated overnight. Just over one event. And Bitcoin rose to $1,000 premium on their exchanges. So can you imagine what would happen if there was a recession worldwide? The price of Bitcoin, what it would be? Unimaginable. I know I'm off on a tangent here and I sound like a madman, but I really hope you guys understand why I'm saying it. I'm going to end the video here, guys. It's pretty late. I hope I did a way better job than the first video for anybody that had trouble following it. Love you guys, and once again, I appreciate everything, all the feedback you guys gave to me on the first video. It was absolutely phenomenal, the amount of support and thanks I got for the video, and you guys are awesome. I will see you guys in the scalp chat. Have a great day.